Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Taram Yat Samudrasya Himadrayschaiva Dakshinam Varsham Tad Bharatam Nama Bharati Yatra Santatihi. Welcome to all for this session on Skanda Purana to chapter 22 of Kedar Khanda under Maheshwara Khanda. In the previous chapter, we have seen Girija is in love for Shiva, whereas Shiva is having the Vairagya. He is neglecting Girija, staying away from her, being involved in his own penance. Of course, one cannot win over Shiva by the majesty of Himalaya or by the great beauty of Prakriti, Parvati, or Girija or by the power of Vishnu or by anything else. Shiva can be won over. One can win over Shiva only through the devotion. Girija, knowing this fact, is all set into a deep devotion, a deep penance in order to please Shiva. On being told thus by Vishnu, the Parameshti, all of them went ahead desirous of seeing Pinaka bearing Mahesha. On the other shore of the ocean, Shambhu was engaged in supremely profound meditation, seated on the pedestal of yogic posture. He was surrounded by the Ganas. As a sacred thread, he was wearing Vasuki, the king of serpents, as well as the Naga Kambala and Ashwatara on his chest. Parkotaka was worn by him in the ears as earrings and Pulaha as bangles around his arms. He appeared brilliantly shining with Shankaka and Padmaka as his anklets. Sura saw the blue throated, mysterious lord and most excellent one among devas, white in complexion like camphor and accompanied by the bull. Then Brahma, Vishnu, and sages, Devas, and Danavas eulogized him with various hymns from the Vedas and Upanishads. Brahma said, obeisance to Lord Rudra, the destroyer of Madana, to Bharga of plenty, excellence, and fortune, to the three eyed Lord of heaven, to Bhima, the terrible one enveloped in rays. O Sheshashayi, obeisance to you. Obeisance to the three eyed creator of the universe, having cosmic form. You are the creator of all the worlds. You are the father and mother of the Lord. You are endowed with the greatest mercy. O Supreme Lord, protect us. While Devas eulogized thus, Nandi asked them, what have you come for? What is in your mind? They said, we have come to request Shambhu regarding the task of Devas. In order to accomplish the task of Suras, Mahadeva, who was engrossed in meditation, was informed by Nandi, the noble souled son of Shilada. The groups of Suras, beginning with and headed by Brahma, the groups of gods and Siddhas, O most excellent one among Suras, are prominent, particularly desirous of seeing you. They are seeking your help in their task. They are being threatened by the excellent Asuras and are being tormented by enemies. They have come here. Hence, O Lord of Devas, Suras must be protected now by you. Thus, O Brahmanas, Shambhu was informed by Nandi. Shambhu, of excessively furious nature, gradually came back to normal state from his spiritual trance. The great Lord, the Supreme Atman said, Om, the Supreme Atman Mahadeva said, O highly fortunate ones, what have you come here for? These devas, beginning with Brahma, have come near me. Tell me the reason for the same now itself. Then Brahma spoke about the great task of devas. O Shambhu, an extraordinarily painful and distressful situation has been created by Taraka for the devas. O Lord, we have come here to respectfully inform you about it. O Shambhu, He can be Taraka can be killed by a son born of you. Taraka, the enemy of Devas, can be killed only thus. My word cannot be otherwise. So, O Lord Shambhu, Girija should be held by you with your right hand in marriage. When offered by the Lord of the mountain, make her your wife by marriage. O Lord of great magnanimity, on hearing the words of Brahma, Shiva said laughingly, if and when most beautiful daughter of the mountain is made my wife by me, all the leading suras, sages, and ascetics will become passionate and lustful. They will be incapable of traversing the great path towards salvation. Indeed, Madana has been burnt by me for the purpose of accomplishing the task of all, that is to reach the salvation. The slim daughter of the mountain, Parvati of excellent waistline, has been already authorized by me then. O Brahma, she will certainly revive Madana back to life because she is of the form of Prakriti. There is no doubt about it. Having this in view, deliberation on what is to be done should be had. O Devas, a great and important work of Suras was accomplished by Madana when his was burnt. All of you have been undoubtedly made free from lust by me. By putting in effort, all of you, O Suras, can become endowed with greatest power of penance. Just like me, we can accomplish even difficult tasks. All of us shall become happy and blessed with the greatest bliss. You can achieve everything through penance. This has been forgotten by Madana. Karma leads us towards hell. It is from the karma that anger is produced. Confusion and bewilderment result from anger. The mind whirls on account of this bewilderment. Both lust and anger should be avoided and abandoned by you all. Excellent Suras, all of you should honor and abide by my advice and not otherwise anywhere. Announcing thus the bull emblem Lord, enlightened Suras, the groups of sages and ascetics, Shambhu became silent and resumed his meditation once again. As before, he remained there surrounded by the Ganas. On seeing the Lord engrossed in meditation, Nandi dismissed all those devas, including Brahma and Indra, saying to them laughingly, all of you go along the path you have come by, do not delay. Thinking that it should be so, all of them went back to their respective abodes. When all of them had gone away, Ava means Shiva engaged himself in meditation, keeping the Atman within the Supreme Atman and starting his thoughtful concentration. The Lord identified himself with the Supreme Being that is greater than the greatest, that is very clean, free from all impurities, that has no hindrance whatsoever, that is unsullied, commits no fallacies, and in which even poets and learned men lose their sense and become confounded. No sun illuminates it, nor the fire, nor the moon, nor any other luminous body. No wind can blow over it. It is not the object of thought or deliberation. It is beyond the subtle ones and the subtler ones cannot be specifically pointed out. It is unimaginable. It is devoid of all aberrations. It is free from ailments. It is in the form of pure knowledge. Those who set aside and renounce everything go there to attain it. It is beyond all words and sounds, having no gunas or decay and decline. It is of the form of pure existence, comprehensible through perfect knowledge. It is not easy to attain. It is that real thing which is mentioned by the Agamas and the superior to the Vedas and constitute the mantras. the Pinaka bearing Lord, the bull bannered Ishvara, by whom the shark bannered means basically the god of love was directly killed, and who was Ishvara performing the penance identified himself with the supreme being. Lomasha continued. That time the goddess Girija performed a very great penance. By that penance, even Rudra reached the height of fear. By means of her great penance, goddess Parvati conquered Shambhu, bestower of all wealth, Stanu, the sole being having his own form. When the bull bannered Lord was won over by means of her penance by the goddess, the Pinaka bearing Lord of Devas being shaken from his spiritual meditation, he hastened to the place where Parvati was staying, where he saw the goddess surrounded by her friends and attendants. She was seated on an altar. She resembled the digit of the moon. Immediately after seeing her, the god became a Vatu in the form of Brahmachari, the young celibate. Lord Bhava, the great Lord, went in the mid of the attendants of Parvati. The Lord, in the form of Vatu, spoke to them. Why is this lady of slender body, beautiful in every limb, seated in the middle of attendants? Who is she? Whom does she belong to? From where has she come? Why is this penance being performed? Let everything be described to me now, O friends, exactly as it has happened. At that time, Jaya told Rudra about the ultimate cause of the penance. This is the daughter of Himalaya mountain. She is desirous of getting Lord Rudra as her husband by means of penance. She sat here and performed a very great penance which cannot be excelled by anyone else. Oh, Vatu, understand my words, they cannot be otherwise. On hearing her words, Mahesha, in the form of Vatu, laughed and said thus, even as all the attendants were listening, O friends, this Parvati is foolish indeed. She does not know what is beneficial and what is not beneficial. Why should a penance be performed for the attainment of Rudra? That skull bearing fellow is inauspicious. He has the cremation ground as his abode. He is Ashiva, means inauspicious, but he is spoken of as Shiva, the auspicious one, in vain. If Rudra, wooed by her, were to join her, oh friends, this slim lady will undoubtedly become inauspicious. By Daksha's curse, he has already, that means the Shiva has already become deformed. This rogue has been excluded from yajnas. Highly poisonous serpents have become the very limbs of Sarva. Rudra smears himself with ashes of the dead bodies. He wears the hide of the elephant as a cloth. He is very inauspicious. He is always surrounded by pichachas, mean the vampires, pamatas, the ghosts, bhutas, the goblins. What has this lady of delicate feature to do with Rudra? She is as though desirous of putting an end to her life like a pisacha. Let her be prevented by you, friends. She is setting aside Indra, who is charming, Yama, who has great luster, Niraratha had of large eyes, Varuna of the Lord of waters, Kubera, and Pavana the wind god, and Vibhavasu the fire god. Parameshwara said these and many other similar words in the place where she, Girija, was enraged in penance even while her friends were listening. On hearing these words of Rudra in the form of a Vatu, the chaste lady Shiva became angry with Mahesha, she who had assumed the form of Vatu. O Jaya, O chaste lady Vijaya, O beautiful Pramlocha, O highly fortunate Sulochana, what has been done to me is not proper indeed. What have you all to do with this Vatu here now? A censurer of Devas has assumed the form of Vatu and came here. Let this boy be dismissed, dear friends. Of what avail is he? After saying this, she angrily spoke to Rudra, who was in the form of a Vatu. Oh, Vatu, go away quickly. You must not stay here now. And what use is your nonsensical talk? It does not serve any purpose. Even after being rebuked by her thus, the Vatu stood there itself steadily, laughed, and spoke these words to Vijaya slowly and truthfully without delay. Oh, slim lady, why is she angry? What is the reason thereof? Only what should be spoken to all which is nice, pleasing. Why was that slender bodied lady rendered furious by the aforesaid two words? He who is called Shambhu in this Lord is a mendicant, fond of mendicants. The anger would have been justified if a lie had been uttered by me. This girl has lovely features, but Sadashiva has ugly and hideous features. This lass has lovely, large eyes, but Baba has deformed, uneven three eyes. How can she be fascinated by Rudra of such features as these? The husbands of women should be fortunate and always fond of love making. This girl has all good qualities in her. How is she charmed by one devoid of any of these qualities? By whom has not Shiva be heard, seen, or understood? Sada Shiva is difficult of access to all living beings who are swayed by love. This lady of excellent waistline has become rather proud of her great tenants. Stanu is always devoid of restraint. How will she attain him as her husband? O lady of large eyes, what has been said by me for which you are furious now? As long as there is anger in men and particularly in women, the whole of merit acquired by them will become reduced to ash on account of that anger. O slim and chastity lady, what is said is true. Kama, the love, Krodha, the anger, Lobha, the greed, Amba, the arrogance, Matsarya, the jealousy, Hinsa, the violence, Irsha, the envy, and Prapancha, the fraud. Everything persists on ground of these bad qualities. Hence, it is proper on the part of ascetics to avoid love, anger, etc. If at all Ishvara is to be meditated on, he should be meditated on in the middle of the heart by learned men in the form of pure knowledge. Then he should be adored strictly adhering to the regular practice of sages by the ascetics. He should not be thought of otherwise. On hearing these words of Shambhu, Vijaya spoke to Sharva. Go away, there is nothing to be done here by you. O childish one, do not speak any other word. Thus, Vijaya, who was efficient in the use of words, dismissed Sadashiva, who had assumed the form of Vatu and was engaged in arguments and disputes. Mahesha suddenly vanished from there, but he appeared again to Girija alone without being seen by any of those friends and attendants. Parameshwara assumed his own form and appeared in front of her suddenly. When the goddess meditated upon him in her heart, the Lord of Devas stationed in her heart appeared right in front of her, before her physical eyes, in the same form as she meditated upon. That chaste lady opened her eyes. Girija of large, wide eyes saw the lord of the chiefs of Devas, the great lord of all the worlds, with a single face and two arms. He was wonderfully clad in elephant's hide. He had matted hair with the crescent moon above it. He had covered his body with the skin of an elephant. The great serpents Ambala and Ashvatara were stationed in his ear as earrings. The lord of great luster had Vasuki, the king of serpents, as the necklace. Even the bangles were made with serpents. These bangles of great value were made by Rudra, very splendid and refulgent. Shambhu, who appeared like this in front of Parvati, hurriedly spoke to her. O beautiful lady, choose your boon. Overcome by great shyness, the chaste lady said to Shankara, O Lord of Devas, you are my husband. Has this been forgotten by you? Formerly you had destroyed Daksha Yajna, and the reason why it had been destroyed, O Lord, I am the same woman now born of Mena for the sake of accomplishment of the task of Devas regarding the slaying of Taraka. O Lord of Chief of Devas, a son will be born of me to you. Hence, O Maheshwara, my suggestion should be carried out by you. You must go to Himavan. You need not hesitate in this matter. Accompanied by the sages, you request him for my hand. O Mahadeva, there is no doubt about it that my father will act according to your request. Formerly, when I saw Daksha's daughter, when I was Daksha's daughter, when I was given to you by my father, the marriage rite was not performed by you in accordance with the injunctions laid down in scriptures. The planets were not worshipped by the noble soul Daksha, as it had been a matter concerning the planets. The defect therein was very great. Hence it behoves you, O Lord of good holy rites and great fortune, to perform the marriage rite in accordance with the injunctions for the accomplishment of the tasks of Devas. Then Mahadeva said to Girija laughingly, the entire great universe consisting of mobile and immobile beings that is born was by its very nature deluded by you and enveloped by the three gunas. O Parvati, the principle of Mahat was born of Ahankara, that is cosmic ego. Tamas was born of the principle of Mahat. Ether was enveloped by Tamas. Vayu was born out of that ether. Agni was born of Vayu. Waters were born of Agni. And earth was born of waters. The earth and other elements are mobile as well as immobile. O lady of excellent face, everything that is visible is perishable. Know this, O proud lady. The one being has become many. The being devoid of guna has become enveloped by gunas. The self luminous one that blazes always has become joined with Parajyotsna, the great moonlight. The independent one has become dependent. O goddess, a great thing has been achieved by you. The entire universe has become pervaded by Maya. By means of that great intellect, it has been thoroughly comprehended. It had been covered up by groups of indriyas, the sense organs, by persons of good deeds, the souls of all oriented towards the highest good is obscure. What are those planets? What are those groups of stars? What things created by you? Do you think you say you get affected by them? Everything has been set free, O lady of excellent complexion. For the sake of Sharva, our manifestation takes effect in the context of gunas and their effects. Indeed, you are the Prakriti of the nature of Rajas, Sattva, and Tamas. Hence, you are capable of action continuously. O lady of excellent middle, I am not. I will not go to Himavan. I will not request at all. By uttering the words give, a man attains insignificance and disrespect immediately. That means by begging, a man will lose his significance and will lose his respect. Understand these things, O gentle lady, and say what should be done by us at your bidding. O gentle lady, it behoves you to say everything. On being told thus by him, the lotus eyed chaste lady said, you are the Atman, I am Kriti. There is no doubt about it. Still, O Shambhu, great rite of marriage alliance should be performed. The physical body is produced by avidya. You are the great being devoid of physical body. Indeed, still adopt a covering in the form of physical body in this manner. At, at my instance, O Lord Shambhu, create diversity and manifoldness. Request for me, means my hand, and grant me conjugal felicity. On being told thus by her to follow the conventions of the world, the noble souled Maheshwara accepted her suggestion, saying, so be it, and laughingly went to his abode. He was adored duly by the excellent Devas. In the meantime, Himavan, who was in a hurry to see Parvati, came there along with Mena, his wife, surrounded by his sons and other mountains. When Himavan was seen by Parvati along with the mountains, the chaste lady stood up to honor him. She bowed down her head to her parents, brothers, and all kinsmen. The mountain Himalaya of great fame embraced his daughter and placed her in his lap. With tears in his eyes, he spoke these sweet words. What is being done by you, O chaste lady of great fortune? Let everything be told to us who desire to hear it. On hearing those sweet words, she spoke to her father. With great penance, the destroyer of Madana has been solicited. My great task has been concluded, which is rather difficult for all to carry out. Mahadeva was satisfied. He came to woo, to grant a boon. When Shambhu was told by me, how is my marriage being performed? O Shambhu, without my father now. Then the slayer of Tripura went away along the path he had come by. On hearing those words of her, he attained great joy. The virtuous souled one spoke to his daughter once again in the company of his own kinsmen. We shall all go to our own abodes, we and all the mountains. The Pinaka bearing bull emblem Lord has already been propitiated by her. So said all the Suras with Himalaya as their head. All of them together eulogized Parvati with glorious and reverential words. Even as she was being eulogized, Himalaya placed that lady of excellent complexion on his shoulders. All the mountains eagerly surrounded her and brought her to the abode of Himalaya. The divine dundubi drums were sounded, conches and musical instruments were played. With great shower of flowers, she was brought home by him. She was duly worshipped by many of them. The ascetic lady, shining with great splendor, was worshipped by devas, charanas, the great sages, and all the groups of siddhas. On being worshipped, the goddess said to Brahma, Devas, Pitras, Yakshas, and all others who had come, all of you who have come here, go to your respective abodes. Let Parameshwara be served to your fullest satisfaction. Thus, then Parvati, who had gone to her father's abode, shone splendidly with great refulgence. She was adored by the excellent Devas. He who ever remained thinking of Sada Shiva mentally. Thus ended the chapter 22 of the Kedar Khanda under Maheshwara Khanda in Skanda Purana. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.